U.S. Customs Regulations for Hazardous Chemicals. Welcome to our video on U.S. Customs Regulations for Hazardous Chemicals. In today's episode, we will dive deep into the import procedures and requirements associated with importing hazardous chemicals into the United States. Whether you are a customs broker, an importer, or simply interested in international trade, this video will provide you with valuable insights into the complex world of customs regulations for hazardous chemicals. So, let's get started. Understanding hazardous chemicals. Hazardous chemicals are substances that possess the potential to cause harm to human health, property, or the environment. These chemicals can include flammable substances, toxic materials, corrosive substances, or substances that are harmful to the ozone layer. Handling and transporting these chemicals require proper care to ensure the safety of all parties involved. Customs brokers' role in importing hazardous chemicals. Customs brokers play a crucial role in the importation of hazardous chemicals. They act as intermediaries between importers and U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, specializing in customs procedures, regulations, and documentation. Customs brokers ensure compliance with all necessary requirements. Importance of a customs bond. A customs bond is a financial guarantee between the importer and CBP. It ensures that the importer will comply with all customs regulations, including the payment of duties and taxes, as well as any penalties or fines that may arise during the import process. Having a customs bond is a mandatory requirement for importing hazardous chemicals into the United States. The role of Importer Security Filing, ISF. The Importer Security Filing, ISF, is a mandatory electronic filing that must be submitted to CBP 24 hours prior to the shipment's departure from the last port of loading. This filing includes detailed information about the imported goods and the hazardous chemicals themselves. Compliance with ISF requirements is essential for a smooth customs clearance process. Compliance with U.S. Customs Regulations. Compliance with U.S. Customs regulations is vital when dealing with hazardous chemicals. Importers must ensure that all required permits, licenses, and certifications are in place for the specific chemicals they intend to import. They must also comply with hazardous substance identification and labeling requirements, ensuring that proper labels and safety data sheets accompany the shipments. Restricted and prohibited hazardous chemicals. Certain hazardous chemicals are restricted or prohibited for importation into the United States. The CBP, along with other federal agencies like the EPA and DOT, regulate the importation of these substances. Importers must consult the relevant regulations and obtain prior approval or permits, if required, before importing restricted or prohibited hazardous chemicals. Packaging and labeling requirements. Proper packaging and labeling are crucial when importing hazardous chemicals. The packaging must be suitable to contain the specific chemical and prevent leakage or spillage. Labels should clearly identify the contents of the package, include hazard symbols, and provide necessary warning information. Transportation safety measures. Transporting hazardous chemicals requires adherence to strict safety measures. Proper documentation, appropriate vehicles, and trained personnel are essential for ensuring the safe transport of these chemicals. Compliance with transportation regulations, such as placarding and securing the cargo, is critical. Record keeping and documentation. Maintaining accurate records and documentation is essential when importing hazardous chemicals. Importers should keep records of all transactions, including invoices, shipping documents, and import permits. These records may be required for compliance audits or in the event of inquiries from CBP or other regulatory agencies. Preparing for customs inspections. CBP conducts inspections to ensure compliance with customs regulations. Importers of hazardous chemicals should be prepared for potential inspections, which may include cargo examinations, document reviews, and verification of compliance with labeling and documentation requirements. Understanding duty rates and taxes. Importers of hazardous chemicals must be aware of the applicable duty rates and taxes. Duty rates vary based on the specific chemical and its classification under the Harmonized System, HS. It is important to consult the current tariff schedule or seek assistance from customs brokers to determine the correct duty rates. Post-entry activities. After customs clearance, importers of hazardous chemicals may still have certain post-entry requirements to fulfill. These may include reporting, record-keeping, and periodic testing or inspections to ensure ongoing compliance with regulations relating to the importation and handling of hazardous chemicals. Responding to non-compliance issues. In the event of non-compliance with customs regulations for hazardous chemicals, importers may face penalties, fines, or even the suspension of customs privileges. Promptly addressing any non-compliance issues, cooperating with CBP, and taking corrective measures is crucial to minimize potential consequences. Working with customs specialists and consultants. Navigating the complexities of importing hazardous chemicals requires expertise and knowledge. Importers can benefit from working with customs specialists and consultants who have a deep understanding of customs regulations and can provide guidance on compliance, record-keeping, and best practices. Continuous training and education. Given the ever-evolving nature of customs regulations, importers, customs brokers, and others involved in the importation of hazardous chemicals should prioritize continuous training and education. Staying up to date with regulatory changes and industry best practices is essential for maintaining compliance and ensuring smooth operations. Partnerships with trusted service providers. Building strong partnerships with trusted service providers, such as customs brokers, freight forwarders, and logistics providers, is vital for successful importation of hazardous chemicals. These professionals can offer valuable guidance, handle the necessary paperwork, and ensure compliance throughout the import process. Collaboration with regulatory agencies. Importers of hazardous chemicals should actively collaborate with regulatory agencies such as CBP, EPA, and DOT. Engaging in open and transparent communication, seeking guidance when necessary, and participating in industry initiatives can help promote understanding and compliance with customs regulations. Quality control and risk management. Importers should prioritize quality control and risk management measures when dealing with hazardous chemicals. Implementing robust quality control processes, conducting inspections, and adhering to industry standards can help mitigate risks and ensure the safe importation of these substances. Industry certifications and standards. Obtaining industry certifications and adhering to recognized standards can enhance the credibility and compliance of importers of hazardous chemicals. Certifications such as the International Organization for Standardization's ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 demonstrate a commitment to quality and environmental management. Importing hazardous chemicals into the United States requires a deep understanding of U.S. customs regulations. Compliance with customs requirements, such as customs bonds, ISF filings, packaging and labeling standards, and restricted substance regulations, is essential. Stay tuned for more videos where we'll continue to explore customs brokerage and international trade topics. Thank you for watching our video on U.S. customs regulations for hazardous chemicals. We hope you found the information valuable and insightful. If you're interested in learning more about customs brokerage, customs bonds, or any other topics related to international trade, stay tuned for our upcoming videos. We'll continue to provide engaging and informative content to help you navigate the complexities of the customs industry. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications whenever we release new videos. Until then, we wish you success in your customs brokerage endeavors and look forward to seeing you in our next video.